with a trip to the Final Four on the line. It's UConn, it's Notre Dame. What a rivalry this has been.
You see Notre Dame starting out in a man-to-man. Hannah Hidalgo, the menace defensively, starts out on Ashlyn Shade.
Fudd does not get the roll, and then kicks it out. Prosper looking for some help. Coles gives it back, and Prosper lays it in.
Really nice interior passing.
Percent from the floor. Here is Shade. Finding Sarah Williams for the layup and the foul. And an early personal here against Michigan. Michigan will face Texas tomorrow here in the Elite Eight. Coles saving it and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Notre Dame. Hidalgo will let it go into the backcourt. Still 10 seconds to operate. Hidalgo will pull a deep two. Back ironing off. And Zeus can't curl it in with the left hand.
And you saw all the switching that UConn was doing, whether it's with handoff or on-screen action.
Shade, no.
Shady.
It's a player that shot it at 41% a season ago from three. A deep one here, way off the mark for Moore as that tilts out of bounds.
See Notre Dame playing way off of Sarah Williams, not worried about her from the perimeter.
Fudd, little pull-up is good. Hazy Fudd off to Shade. Arnold dishing, Fudd taking, and can't get it to go. Back ironing off. Rebound. Here's Arnold around the screen, little pull-up, short. Sarah Williams can't grab it. Hannah Long wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Here is Fudd. Fudd digs in, misses the banker, and Hidalgo flies back. In her year when so much of the talent around her had left. Hidalgo kicks, De Jesus connects on a big three. Notre Dame gonna need that. Go wiggling, fading, can't get the roll. Strong the box out. Arnold to fling ahead. Quinones will lay it in.
Yes, I will be able to pronounce her name appropriately sooner rather than later.
Strong digs in there, and it's going to be legend with the other. Quinones off the miss. Quinones is a freight train in transition and draws the foul.
Minutes and had gaudier numbers. She, without question, would have been one of the front runners for National Freshman of the Year.
Strong off the steal. Strong can't lay it in, but is fouled. Transferred into the game for Notre Dame. She was not healthy and available for the first meeting between these teams as Cole, wow! Sabelle in, Quinones connects. Was fight that they were going to have to fight for 40 minutes. Thought it was helpful. They had seen UConn earlier this season. As strong muscles here. Hidalgo yet to score. Off to Prosper. Prosper finds an angle and lays it in. Dealing with the pressure of Prosper. Zabel kicking. Quinones again. Blanca
Quinones, the good look.
18-9, UConn in front. De Jesus finds Coles who will lay it in. Great look. First lay, way off. Hidalgo collects. 8 seconds left. Hidalgo in some trouble. Fudd comes up with it, and Quinones will lay it in. Strong, the quick turn. Left it short, Shade tracks it. Hidalgo got in there that time.
It's in the Vanderbilt game where post players for Vanderbilt were catching the ball at the free throw line and looking around as if Hannah was going to be coming to get the ball from them.
Seeing ghosts.
Yes.
On their job on the defensive end thus far against Hidalgo and Notre Dame.
She just drew three. A three again.
Hidalgo forcing it up and in, plus the foul. Trying to find space, cannot. Williams knocked away by Hidalgo, and it last touched Arnold. And again, here's Moore. Coles, nice interior pass, and a held ball. Possession arrow belongs to Notre Dame. Hidalgo spinning, floating, can hit, follows it up, and puts it in. 4 points in the second after not scoring in the first. Here's Fudd, the leaner is true. Position when you exchange Arnold for Quinones. Bransford bodies in, and Sarah Strong was having 6 to shoot. Bransford trying to create. Bransford gets denied. It's Strong again, and at last hits Notre Dame. Moore now 0 for her last 11 from 3. Hidalgo connects on a long 2. Her saying, review that one. Heckel gets around Hidalgo and lays it in.
Also, the lane was wide open because of how UConn's spacing was offensively.
Hidalgo, you bet! Folly and Sherelle, no doubt, has been a huge factor in Hidalgo's success. Here is Strong off on a 3. Hidalgo, the reason, maybe had it partially tipped. Hidalgo was looking for a whistle. Quinones stops and lays it in. Blanca at times on the offensive end of this game for Connecticut. And Quinones has picked up the slack. Here's Hidalgo, got bumped, no whistle, no make. Strong mid-range is feathery for the Huskies. After Notre Dame had pulled to within 4. DeJesus on the drive, gets fouled by Zabel. Second quarter. DeJesus, not enough on it with Sarah Strong lurking. Quinones in transition, pedals it out of bounds. Last tip. DeJesus into the corner, Moore alone, still can't hit. Follows it up, feeds Prosper. How about Bransford at 3? That one is good. Shot clock all the way down, and Heckel somehow scoops it in. What? Notre Dame 27-12 in the third. A trip to the Final Four on the line today. Maisie Fudd flipping it up and in off the window. Back in with Holly Rowe.
Listening to Niele Ivey's huddle at the half right now, she said, listen, a 7-point game is nothing. We are right in this. We just
one steal. Bud giving it up. Arnold on the drive, gets fouled by Coles. And free throws here. It's denied by Williams. Notre Dame wanted a whistle. Arnold feeds Strong for the lay. Largest lead of the game for UConn. Not get the roll. Coles bear hugs the rebound.
Fudd missed that shot, but UConn has been very intentional coming out into this third quarter, getting her looks.
Hidalgo able to control it this time for Notre Dame. Coles turning, can't hit. Strong mid-range, doesn't get the roll. El Alfie the rebound. Arnold a 3. That won't go. El Alfie gets Strong to commit, and then Arnold comes up with a steal. Arnold blasting ahead, gets blocked from behind, and then it's whacked out of bounds by Hidalgo. Hidalgo on Shade. Strong cutting through is fouled on the pass. It'll stay here. Is that back? And gets it out to DeJesus. Felt like Hidalgo knew she was just going to have to get it off the backboard once she committed to the air there. Wow, DeJesus. Fudd, little mid-range, back iron it off. And it's going to stay here as Sanchez 4 to shoot. Arnold wrapping around, misses the layup, and a whistle again. El Alfie a factor on the Iones the O-board. Strong will flip it up and off as UConn cannot get anything to go, and then Strong picks up a fresh to 5 points in this third. Quinones bounces, El Alfie lays it in.
Credit El Alfie, it is real.
She has been a huge difference maker. Coles putting it on the deck, can't finish the layup. Rebound slapped into the corner and go. Trying to separate from Arnold, who's done a great job on her. Hidalgo lays it in, plus the foul. Hidalgo will fire short. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Hey, the NCAA Women's Champion may be in her head after going 0 for 8 in the Sweet 16, 0 for 3 so far today. Off the double, Heckel bounces, El Alfie lays. El Alfie given a lot of space. Finds Fudd, back to El Alfie, Strong a 3, is good. She waits in the corner at the moment. A 7-0 UConn run. DeJesus fires and hits the three. UConn has not been able to fully separate. Hidalgo knocks it away. Heckel out to Strong. Does she get the roll? No. And
It's last a touch, first a touch. So Strong hit it, but did Notre Dame hit it again before it went into the backcourt? That is the issue.
Hits the mid-range. Was touched in the front court after the Strong deflection. That is different than how that rule is in the pros as Hidalgo gets fouled. Here's Fudd.
UConn used Blanca to initiate the offense just to get Hidalgo out of the way in terms of defensively.
Now Strong is
on sort of the turnaround for the Notre Dame Irish this season, and most of it has happened on the defensive end of the floor. They have been very good limiting both Strong and Fudd.
Bransford game. Here's Hidalgo giving it up. Moore goes baseline and banks it in. Hidalgo's 10th double-double of the season, 18th of her career. 18 points, 10 boards. Those points were Moore's first. Strong connects. Hey. Bransford guarded by Quinones. Gets the roll. Plus the foul. Gets it over to Fudd. Fudd guarded by Hidalgo. Quinones connects. How about the bench advantage? 29-6 in favor of the Huskies. Fudd didn't take it. Drives and finishes. Fourth. Moore, the leaner, is good with Strong all over.
What a tough.
Still plenty of time left in this game.
Notre Dame's got to get stops here.
Quinones, you bet! For Blanca Quinones, the Ecuadorian freshman. Moore, yeah. Hidalgo in a crowd, now guarded by Fudd. Hidalgo, those shifty motions, she gets fouled. And Hidalgo's going to the line. Strong gives it up to Arnold. UConn content to run clock. And a foul here is going to be on Notre Dame after a terrific season this year. Here's Strong. Strong lumbering through the left. 18 for Sarah Strong, 12 of them in the second half. What a move. Hidalgo to the cup. 20. Quinones giving it up. Fudd shoveling back. Shade, no. She's really struck. Quinones tied up by Hidalgo. That's going to be a jump ball, and Notre Dame has the possession arrow. Clock run. Shot clock at 7. Strong trying to make it happen. Strong gets fouled. And Sarah Strong is going to the line on the fourth. Moore looking for a seam. Got fouled by Fudd. And Ayanna Moore will go to the block at 4. Strong finds Arnold out to Quinones. Doesn't get the roll. Bransford the rebound, and a whistle going the other way. And about to punch their ticket to another. Strong center of the lane, fouled by Moore. Free Shade gets it ahead to Fudd. About a 7-second difference game in shot clock. And a traveling violation. Hidalgo comes up with a steal. 3 seconds left. Hidalgo gets blocked, and that will do it. Unprecedented 25th Final Four.
A team that was dominant all season long, and the UConn Huskies